So, live long and prosper. My name is Ville from a band called Him, and here to tell you a crazy tour story. There's zillions of them, obviously, but since we've been touring for the past 15 years. But the last thing I really vividly remember was that we played in Tilburg in Holland just about 2 months ago, and since I've been working in a sex shop that my daddy owns, a lot of our fans know that, and the first time it ever happened was that there was a couple of girls that actually threw a vibrating cock on the stage during our set. I was looking at it, I was like, what the hell is that? And then I remember Dave Navarro saying that if you can actually use the vibrator as a feedback thing for a guitar. So I picked it up and started working around it with that guitar player, and people were like, what the hell's going on? It was in the middle of a song in a jam, and I started using that as a percussion and everything, and a couple of days later, all the headlines in the Finnish newspapers was like, the hymn singers finally lost it completely. He's playing percussion with a vibrator on a gig in Holland, and I didn't actually see that as the funny part, but the fact that I used my own mic as the other percussive element. So basically, it would have been great to go back home with genital herpes and saying to my fiancée or my girl that, yeah, there was chicks who threw a used dildo that was still vibrating on stage while we were playing. I used it as a percussion instrument, and from that I unfortunately got this ugly STD. That would have even beat the Ozzy Osbourne's bat story, but I'm still pretty safe.
It is in fact a band from Finland.
It's a band, and when I was doing the interview.
Yeah.
Him are a Finnish band who have been playing together for 17 years. After 6 albums, they've managed to win cult fans the world over. And just before they took the stage at their recent New Zealand show, we got to find out what the rock and roll lifestyle was like from frontman Ville Valo.
I didn't know anything about money or cars or chicks or anything, or drugs or alcohol. I was just a big fan of Kiss and Iron Maiden and bands like that, and that's the reason why I started playing music. So all those bonuses happened later on, kind of like surprised us.
Now, I was travelling past the venue that you're playing at tonight, and I was driving to work actually in the morning. It was about 7:30, 8 in the morning, and there was about 70 or 100 people waiting outside for your show. They'd slept overnight. How does that make you feel when you know that there's people waiting outside the venue waiting for you?
Very, very surreal. It's weird how a song travels. You sit on your bed back home, a zillion miles away, and write a song, and through a lot of work and through the production of the song and everything, after maybe a year and a half, the song's done and it gets played and it gets into a record store and maybe somebody buys it, and in this faraway country, a remote country, as remote as Finland is, in a way, that somebody can really, fall in love with the song and, then sing along to it, and it's just, it's surreal.
The group have also formed a well-publicised relationship with Jackass star Bam Margera, who is one of Him's biggest fans.
How did that come about?
Oh, it was a funny thing, when Bam wasn't working so much for the TV stuff, he was skating a lot, doing skate demos all over the world, and he ended up skating in Helsinki. He saw a poster in a record store and bought the album and fell in love with it so much that he actually ended up flying from Philadelphia, from America, to London to see us play our first gig in England. And then he came on knocking on our dressing room door after the gig and said, hi, my name is Bam and I work with MTV. And then we gave him beer and chatted for a bit. And since that, he's been directing videos for us, and he's been, he has a lot of hologram tattoos on him, the symbol of our band and everything, and I'm very glad that it happens in such an organic and natural way.
Now, I was reading on the internet as well, you type in facts about yourself, and your father owned a sex shop, is that correct?
He still owns a sex shop.
So that's outstanding. I'd love my dad to own a sex shop. Because my dad used to own a dairy over here, and I used to have to work in the dairy. Did you used to have to work in the sex shop?
I did for a bit since I dropped out of school when I was about maybe 15, 16, and then I had to help him out a bit as well. It was just weird, I was like 17 or whatever and working in the sex shop at that age. It was fairly weird. Couples come in and they ask questions about certain vibrators or whatever, and when you're 17, at least I didn't have the experience of, testing everything out, and it was just, I was blushing there a bit and all that. But
you must be a professional now, though, with your family.
Now it's all changed.
Pleasure hanging out with you, Ville.
A pleasure indeed,
Nice to meet you, my man. Thank you for coming down here once again.
Thank you.